And so being a better person is really not about whether or not someone believes in God. The most we can get from that is you get more pro-social behavior within your in-group if you have a religious community. That's the most that we could say. But when we talk about being a good person, it's about the social and biological conditions that bring out either the best in human nature or the worst in human nature. And so it depends on how did you have a capacity for empathy, right? Like, so did you have trauma or psychopathy that reduce that? That would be something that would reduce your capacity for good behavior. How's your security? Do you feel secure? Are you educated? And are you living free from fear? And if you have those things, you're going to be a good person. You're going to act in pro-social ways. And if you have the opposite of those, like if you're in a situation where you're low in empathy, you're low in security, you're low in education, and you're living in fear, you're going to get the worst parts of human nature, not just individually, but collectively. So a fearful, poor, uneducated society will show more cruelty and corruption. A secure, educated, empathetic society will show more fairness and compassion. So it's too easy to say that violent countries are religious, and if you just drop your religion, then you'll just become Denmark, right? I hear this argument from atheists, and I just think it's a naive argument. What has to happen first is economic stability. And with economic stability comes safety and security. And with that, people have the opportunity for education. And with that, we have the opportunity to build a justice system and build social trust. And then they don't feel threatened. And then they can become more tolerant and more pro-social and more empathetic without it feeling unsafe. And then and only then could they outgrow gods and outgrow religions and just kind of use that as a culture and still act with kindness and compassion. So secular societies consistently score higher on measures of tolerance and gender equality and low corruption and humanitarian values. And, you know, when we look at Denmark and Sweden, they show high levels of social trust, low crime, high well-being without religiosity. But it's not just the fact that they dropped religion. It's because they had the stability to get there.